Hey everyone, my name is Alana with ScreenQueen Reviews, and I'm going to do a recap for Outside the Wire. It is a new Netflix film that came out January 15th, and it has an all-star cast, starting with Anthony Mackie. He, if you know some of the things that he's done, he was in the Avengers. He actually has his own show coming out on Disney Plus with Bucky. He's actually done an episode of Black Mirror as well, so he is not new to Netflix. Also, Damson Idris. You guys might know him as Franklin from Snowfall. Snowfall actually has a new season that's coming out, I think, end of January, early February. So we've been waiting a long time for that due to COVID. Super excited to see what happens next in that series. He is awesome, so I was excited to see that he will be in this. Some other characters that were in here, just smaller roles. Emily Beecham, she was in Into the Badlands. So when I saw her name, I was super excited because she did a whole bunch of fight scenes. Looking at the trailer for this movie, it seems like it's very military, guns, fighting. So I was excited to see her in a role in this type of movie and see what she does. Michael Kelly. You'll recognize him even if you don't recognize his name, you know. He pretty much plays as either a politician or a sergeant, lieutenant, something in military movies. He's like the one you have to convince in order to like pull the trigger to do what you want to do and take that risk. So he was in this movie, and guess what? Playing that exact type role. Urian Greyjoy. Don't get me mispronouncing his name, you guys. Pilou Asbaek.
Hello, Asbaek.
Urian Greyjoy. He is in this movie. He actually plays as the villain, and he actually kind of plays the same demeanor as when he was in Game of Thrones. Sometimes it gets them typecast a little bit, but you have that same flair and attitude that you have in everything else that you've played in. So it's kind of refreshing too, because it's hilarious and he's good at just being bad. This movie. So I'm happy to say that Franklin and Anthony Mackie are our main characters in this. So yes, Black Boy Joy. Franklin, or Damson Idris, he plays as a character named Harper or Harp. He basically just has no value for human life, and he's in the military, but it's just because of the role that he does. So without telling you too much of the story, because I do want this to be spoiler free, he's our main character, and he's pretty much learning the lesson of a value of life. So they send him away because of a decision he made, where he can actually be in the midst of live action happening, live fire, real trauma, real trouble, and real conflict. And that's where he meets Anthony Mackie, who, if you guys have watched the trailer, he is a half human, half biotech soldier. But they really created a new world in this movie. So it's 2036. We are now streamlining the government military with half human and also straight up machines like shooting alongside us. But he is like the only one who's both. Like human and, like he's hybrid, human and robot. So you're seeing them on this journey. They're going on their missions. It was a little lackluster in the first hour of the movie. This is a 2-hour movie, y'all. So the first hour was a little bit lackluster, but the last half really, really picked it up, and you can see why they had the buildup that they did. But in my opinion, it could have been cut in half. The fact that Anthony Mackie has been in Black Mirror, if y'all haven't watched his episode of Black Mirror, it's pretty hilarious, and it seems like he really likes this whole cyber technology wave that he's on in movies and shows. But this could have been a Black Mirror episode. I wasn't impressed with Emily Beecham. I wanted them to use her for fighting, and some badass stuff, but they didn't, so I was kind of disappointed. There were a couple of fight scenes at the end. Toward the end, there were some good fight scenes, but again, this could have been an hour long with all of the parts that impacted you, and you still would have gotten the lesson of technology and everything at the end, just as they intended. So not a complete waste of 2 hours, drawn out, but good graphics and good storyline, good thought process and lesson learned at the end. So I wasn't completely unhappy with it. That is my review of Outside the Wire. Again, it is a Netflix original, came out January 15th. You guys can also follow me on all social media platforms and on Twitter, SCreenQueen Reviews. I do some live tweeting. Right now, I'm doing RuPaul's Drag Race on Fridays, Tuesdays, This Is Us, and one more, American Gods, that started the season 3 premiere last Sunday on Stars. So I am kind of enjoying that, even though Orlando Jones is gone, but I am still live tweeting and invested. So you can check me out there as well. Bye, you guys.